Episode 322 of the Blathering Live. Right? Or 23. I don't know. Every time I think I got it. Every time I mess up the number. So it's Friday night here. It's me, Ken Napzok, hanging out with all of you. And hopefully we have some folks checking in. We have some of our regulars there. Jared the Tide Pilot will be on the show calling in tonight. Ingevia. I got to get that sound drop over here. Hola, he says. Producer Steve should be joining shortly. Though, you know, it's not his normal work night here in the Blathering. I press ganged him into weekend work. But hope you're all having a good time. So just be me hanging up with you about an hour here. I'll be out tomorrow. And, you know, not only do I need to fill the slate of programming, I like hanging out with you scoundrels. All you little pirates. What did they call lady pirates back in the day? They should just be called pirates. But wasn't there's probably some kind of term. Oh, it's Jared the Tide Pilot. I bet there's an answer buried deep in D&T. Brian Taylor's here. It's still, I'll say this here. I say, Brian Taylor's here, lead singer, songwriter, co-producer of the Moonagers band. And you can still, right now, support your independent artists on Bandcamp. It's Bandcamp Friday. They do those every now and then. That's where most of the proceeds go to the artists that you love. I got some stuff up there. But if you're watching or listening, Chancey, you already picked that stuff up from me on the Ken Napzok Bandcamp page. But head on over to the moonagers.bandcamp.com and check out some of our songs there. Maybe pick something up, pick up a track, EP, something like that. And support the artists that you enjoy. David brings up a good fact. I don't think they had, quote, lady pirates as women on the boat were bad luck. Yeah, that's probably right. That's probably right. And any, quote, lady pirates probably had to disguise themselves. You know, I saw Our Flag Means Death, I think. Did I finish that? I know it was a good show. I really liked it. And I think I forgot I was watching it, which happens more often than I think. I'm just picking up season 5 of Hacks, which ended a long time ago. I know a few months ago, but I love Hacks. I forgot it was on. I don't, and I know with me, it's easy to say, well, Ken, you don't watch a lot of things. I don't, but the things I do, even the things I do, I forget I'm on. And maybe I could blame that on ADHD, but I don't think I can. I don't sit down to watch things, and I just forget halfway through that I started season 5 of Hacks. Then I sit down and watch it. I was like, oh, yeah, I already saw this episode. Oh my God, I already started this season. And now I'm on board finishing that there. Anyways, we're rambling here on a Friday night update, because I know you're all dying to know. But yes, I did in fact have a bit of an upset stomach from all of the Shaq-licious candy, the XL gummies. Though in making a thumbnail for today, I saw that there was some more Shaq candy. It's not just these gummies. There's like Shaq-licious Blast. I don't know. That sounds really bad. I don't think I'm going to say that out loud again, but I do want to try that candy there. So today in chat or calling into the show, by the way, if you're a Patreon supporter or a channel member, you get to call in and use the Saturday link for today's Friday show. That's how you get on into the show. I do want to know, what are your favorite worst candies? Because I got to tell you, I didn't mind the Shaq. In fact, I still got half a bag of Shaq candy to finish. So I'm going to be eating some peach and berry punch and orange blast flavored Shaq heads for most of this weekend. And I'll probably regret it. But what do you have out there? Is it, what are those horrible little Boston bean ones? Oh, I bet Jared loves those. Like the little package of like Boston beans. And it's horrendous candy. It's horrendous. But maybe you like it. I don't know. I want to know. Calling with that tonight. Calling with anything. No Del Taco report, though. Ingevia in chat, bringing up the Del Taco burger, and it had been mentioned here on the show, and I think Alan Smithy brought it up, and I thought it was a denial. I thought I was in denial it was real, but I saw the commercial for it. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. I should break out the food reviews, huh? I should break out the food review segment. Go shoot it in my car. I did like doing those. Maybe do one of those every 6 weeks or so. Yeah, I might do that because I love the Double Del cheeseburger. The Double Del cheeseburger is my favorite fast food in burger in that kind of price range. So if you can take that flavor that I enjoy so much and put it into a taco form, I think that's a good thing. I think anything in taco form is a good thing. Open up the phone lines here. By the way, God, this glasses thing is getting worse, right? It's absolutely getting worse. Jared with a super chat for the goal. Thank you. We've hit our goal today then. He's Jared's gifted 15 channel memberships in the last 2 shows. He's an absolute hero. I guess that means he's bought his way onto the air. Let's take our first call of the night, live call here. And we've got, oh, wait, hold on. I got to do this. Oh, wait. Hold on. We're going to set producer Steve's here. There we go. And then I'll bring Jared into the show. Caller, you're on the air.
Well, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Okay, yes, absolutely.
Boy, that's how you do it.
What do you think?
Did you ever? Oh, I'm sorry.
What do you think about the local city council's rulings?
Oh God,
those words get.
I haven't. Like I said, I went to that local one a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason I remember now that I don't go to local town. Like, oh wow, shit people. But question: when you were doing the phone calls, did you ever believe the person who would say first time caller, long time listener? Was that a thing you believed as a DJ?
I mean, I was in rock radio, not talk radio, so I didn't hear that as much, but I would hear it actually when I was working security. When I first started out, I was this weird shift, 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. And so I'd be driving around by myself a lot, like midnight to 3, and I'd be listening to John and Ken. And eventually, I think at least one of them became kind of mega coded and F that. But they used to take the callers at 1 in the morning, and that would happen. Hey, longtime fan, first time caller, and I believe it. I believe it's sincere, and it is definitely a trope. But yeah, I believe it's sincere. Steve, did you experience that in your days coming up?
Yeah, sports radio is all about first time, long time is like that. First of all, just hearing that just makes me feel something like in my loins. It brings me back to a time of just like musky radio studios with like mic socks that smelled horrible and like the biggest headphone cans you've ever seen, and the wires was too long, you trip over it, coffee stains everywhere. It just made me happy. It just brought me happiness. But yeah, that became like a thing in the sports radio community of just like it was just like it was like Roll Tide or whatever, but like for us sports radio nerds, you'd say first time, long time, and they would acknowledge like, okay, yeah, this guy gets it.
And to me it's also a community thing. I absolutely loved Jim Rome at his peak. Again, I don't follow Rome now. I don't know which way he's gone. I don't know. He'd say some things maybe I don't agree with. I don't care
which way he's gone.
Yeah, but in the 90s, man, I'd come home from my radio shift, and if I wasn't going playing tennis with my friend or didn't have college classes, I'd flip on the radio. My dad had I could hear it all through kind of the house. He had this nice system. My dad built his own speakers, Jim Rome just going through the house, and it just moved, it grooved, and it was community, and they had the catchphrases and the things, and and the Dan Patrick Show has that too. When you call in with the 65230, Dan, I'd like to know about the Steelers quarterback situation. Like, I sports radio, and you and I, Steve, did a Blathering backstage episode about how sports talk has infiltrated other things, and I don't know if that's necessarily good. I don't know if it's necessarily bad, but I will say sports talk radio and just kind of that kind of vibe of talk radio, not kind of shock jocks who do and say bad things. I'm just saying that vibe is absolutely the best form of radio to me. It just moves and grooves, and it's fun.
No, yeah, the best radio shows are the ones that make you feel like you are just sitting around a circle listening to people talk about the things that like the water cooler kind of thing. And it doesn't, the movement, the quick stuff. I'm a big fan of that too. I mean, I grew up on Mike and Levitard and that era of ESPN. Scott Van Pelt. Those are the people that I loved on sports radio, and that was very much like that. They just they talk to you like you were a person, not like you were a product.
Yeah, absolutely. Brady says, first time I've heard first time, long time was on this show. I like that. I like that. That means we're supposed to be doing. Laserbolt says, "Why would someone lie about that?" Jared has a question we're going to get to, or a comment. We're going to talk about worst favorite candies on the show tonight, here till about 6 o'clock, and I do have to kind of keep that tonight. I got something to do. I got a date tonight, and that does not count the walk I have to do with Franny afterwards. Laserbolt, why would someone lie about that? It's a fair question. I'm sure some people at this point make it up, but I think when I hear it and it's real, I believe it, and I'm convinced.
Sounds good. I don't know why I had a bunch of fun radio questions for you today, but I need to know, is there a hierarchy? Are the morning people the top of the food pyramid here? Is the overnight dude just the veteran or the newbie who nobody cares about? What is the world of rock and, for Steve, sports radio hierarchy here? Who's sitting on the throne and who's getting the peasants?
Yes, there is absolutely a hierarchy. Absolutely.
I think it's mostly the same, but yeah.
Yeah,
it's an industry thing, right?
It's
like
an
morning drive, afternoon drive, or your A and 1A, right?
Yeah, middays come in. Yes, overnights. Yeah. Yes, you're absolutely. PMs. Yes, and it starts the hierarchy in rock radio at a small scale for sure. That you don't have corporate around, but it's program director, music director, and then you got the morning show, and those are supposed to be the big names. In my day, when I was the morning show, I was the pesky little kid that was annoying all the oldies that they tried to backstab me several times to take the shift. And I don't disagree with them. I think I might have tried to do it. Why is this 20-year-old doing this? I've been in the radio for 25 years. But yes, I think, back me up here, Steve. Number one, mornings. Two, you in evenings? Evening drive?
The morning, the two commutes are the two prime spots. Yep. Morning first, especially in sports, because Monday morning quarterbacking, the reaction to the game, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, then the evening drive, not afternoon drive, evening drive. Out in LA, like 6 to midnight, 6 to 10, 7 to 11. That thing has a little bit more prime time, though the evening and afternoon drive might have some sway in some markets.
On the East Coast, it's definitely like the show that starts at like 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock.
Right.
Eastern,
yes.
That's the premier afternoon show.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I think maybe that's for Chair Deer. Then there's the weird midday people that are really just talking to the people on their lunch breaks or high school or college students home study. Like it's a weird vibe. I used to cover that shift sometimes, 10 to 2 shift in my radio station, and I loved it. Me and my morning show partner Matty D, we would all, even though he was an early riser and I was not, I show up at the studio 5 minutes before we went to air. We would always we'd be like, the morning show should be from 10 to 2. Like we should. Why do we? Just play music in the morning, and we're more awake. We're more creative then. But yeah, it was a weird thing. Then the graveyards. I was the graveyards. I finished out my career in the graveyards for about 6 months. And yes, that is either the rookies like, hello, welcome to K-Bear, or what the fuck am I here? That's what it is.
Yep. Yeah, I started with middays and afternoons and then went to just afternoons. The middays, especially in sports, was a drag because you have 1 hour of content that you have to spread over 3 hours, because you're exactly right, Ken. You're just getting people on their lunch break or on like a commute in between like their sales jobs or whatever. So you're just doing the same 40-minute bits spread out over 3 hours. And so we're literally doing the same show in hour 3 that we did in hour 1, because no one who's listening to us in hour 3 was listening to us in hour 1.
Right. That's it's transitional. I love that. And graveyards, I will say, in my town, my small town of Rio Grande, Pismo Beach, that whole area, and we're heard in a lot of spots all through the Central Coast. Our signal didn't fade, but my favorite thing was like 2 a.m. and get the, hey man, it's Chris down at Albertsons, man. Me and the night crew, we like to hear some songs. We're stocking the shelves. Okay, what do you got? And they'd run through 13 songs. Just like, all right, and David wants to hear Cat Scratch Fever, and I just write them all down, and I'd play them, and then my shift would be made.
Easy.
So
there you go. Yeah.
Okay. No. So 2 follow-up questions then, because 2 things just came to mind. One, how does music selection, requests, all that work? And Steve, what the fuck did sports radios do for a graveyard shift? I feel like I don't get that. But that's Steve, just me.
Yeah.
Continue.
I'll answer the music, but you answer that one now.
Yeah, so the same thing that they do for music. They have it's the same, like the graveyard shift is it's either the intern who's just getting started or the person who's kind of on their way out, and they're like, look, if you really want to hang on and you really need to have a microphone in front of your face, you can go from midnight to 2 or whatever. But for the stations that don't have someone literally staffed for that, then they usually just pick up another radio station. They literally will just play music or something, or like syndicated something for, the total dead air. But ESPN Radio does an overnight show, for example. They have, Freddie Coleman's been talking it from like midnight to 2 a.m. Eastern for like 25 years. He's great.
Yeah.
You just have to have someone whose voice isn't going to put you to sleep while you're like driving a truck or something.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
That's
Other
true.
than that, it's a pretty good gig. You're also by yourself a lot if you're doing the graveyard shift. So you got to know how to talk to yourself, which is really hard.
It's really hard. Yeah, it's really hard. I think the best, from my opinion, Colin Cowherd is the best solo broadcaster.
Yeah, I think whether you like him or not, he's the best at talking to himself for 4 hours.
Yeah, it's impressive whether you like him or not, or whether you like sports or not. I think, and there might be other examples. Happy to take them here, but I think he's very impressive, and I try to aim for that sometimes when I'm doing things on my own, and I do like to do it. But it's hard because you got to learn to talk through that microphone or through that camera to an imaginary audience there. In terms of music, I don't know how it is now. It could be different. But generally how it would work, you'd have the program director, music director, maybe the owner. They get Monday, they'd have music meetings. They see what songs they want. A&R people, again, this is all, the record industry is so different now. The music industry is so different. A&R people would be emailing, it's basically selling it. This is why it was always dangerous to get, you'd get up to that plugola, payola, illegality, where, my program director would be like, yeah, I'm going to the MTV Music Awards next week. How are you doing that? Oh, the A&R guy from Interscope sending me out there too. Okay. And then the next week, the new hit band from Interscope is on the radio with us. And so that happened, and they determined it, and then they would feed it into a computer that would print out a log. And so you'd program what needs to be every 2 hours, the hit singles. We were an album-oriented rock station. So what that meant is like you could sub something out. If I had a Springsteen song that was going to be set to play and I wanted to hear 57 channels and nothing's on, I could play that. Then I'd have to scratch it out and write in what I played. We just had to write in what we played because then they collect the logs, and that would get, this is how old it was. That would be faxed. Our final totals would be faxed out to all these record companies and all the songwriter unions, and we'd pay a fee, and every station would pay into that, and that's how artists get paid. So it was kind of like that. The program director, music director, kind of determined what's going on, and the new singles, would come in for the record companies all the time, every week. There you go.
I like it. I like learning things.
Yes.
I just had to write down weather reports that we had to read out. That was how I got my start, was doing the music hour. I would put on like Scott Eastwood, Clint Eastwood's kid. Like they had like a sax album that was pretty good back then.
Yes.
And then so I would play that, and then we had to write down the songs that we played, but also like the weather reports that we did to like log that we read the weather 3 times an hour, stuff like that. Oh, and then we had to send to send that somewhere. I don't know what it was. We didn't fax anything, but I had to submit that as like a report.
Right. Sorry,
how did Ken sell songs that he just absolutely despised? Like, you heard this new single before going on the air, and you're just like, "This is the hottest garbage ever."
It was the job, and that's where probably the reputation of a rock and roll DJ man. I use that in a general sense, but I think our best DJ on our station was a woman named Megan. That's where the reputation of being insincere can come into play. I think coming up next, the new single from Good Charlotte. Absolutely, let's hear their song. Yeah, you just do your job. You just do your job. Now, we because we are a music oriented station. Like my first program director, John Mackey. Like at one point his roommate was the drummer of the Bangles. He was the roadie for a band that wrote the MTV News theme, the first one, the kind of that that broken kind of weird chord progression. Love Bruce Springsteen. So like we are encouraged to love music, and that's where I learned about music, because I was this kid raised in an environment where I was not allowed to hear popular secular rock and or roll, and that's just where I kind of fell in love with it. learned about bands that I'd missed, the Replacements and the Jam and all these things, and fell in love with new bands and championed them like Semisonic, the Hazies, the Refreshments, that kind of stuff. Patty Rothberg, Tracy Bonham, Liz Phair. And I just fell in love with music, and you got to talk about that. So we didn't always, you have to hit your post, and you have to, hit your liners, all that stuff is true, but we could talk about like the music that moved us. And that's not every radio station.
Nice. All right. Well, good times. I hope you guys stay safe. Steve, I hope the gods bless us with your presence Sunday night after the finale.
We will see.
Yes.
I can't promise anything yet, but we will see.
I know. We love it when you do. We respect it when you can't.
House of the Dragon season finale Sunday.
I know. Can you believe it? We're already here.
I can, because this month's already over, and I need it to slow down so I can make rent. All right. Thank you, Jared. I appreciate you. Thank you for the channel memberships. Bye. We got some great comments here. Adam Knight, the outlaw Adam Knight. I missed my window to work in local rock radio about a year. They went to auto tracking pre-recording way earlier in Winnipeg. Yeah, that's I was disappointed. And I do want to plug, it's on Adam's channel, YouTube channel. You can also find it on my channel in the collaboration section. We sat down for a live interview on Wednesday, and it's on his channel. We talk about a lot of things, so check it out. Love what Adam's doing over there. And look at this. Laserbolt says, Ken likes you too, so he'll listen to anything. Despite that, Steve, I'm going to suggest that at 6 o'clock when this stream ends, we all jump over to Laserbolt's Friday night flights. I won't let that barb hurt me.
Good, as you should. You shouldn't. Words can't hurt you, Ken. But Laserbolt flying in an airplane,
that could hurt me.
Potentially could.
That could hurt. Sean checking in. Thank you, Shawnee, checking in from New York. Ken, it's a perfectly sized mug. God, I love coffee. Thank you. This is the supersized, and I've since switched the logo. See how this is like on the front of the cup? That's how I thought it should go. It looked really weird when I designed it, but really it should have gone over here. And just added, I gotta say, on fourth wall, the Blathering Live tumbler. Why did I say it like that? And it is, a nice drink. Pour some rocks in there, and enjoy yourself a upscale beverage in that one. Just added it to the store today. So there you go. Steve, I survived Shaq-alicious food, but I was absolutely affected. Too much sugar. Too many Shaq peach heads.
Yeah. So what happened? What was the after action report on the? I mean, I don't need too many details, but like, what were the symptoms?
No, just a little bit of an upset tummy. Laserbolt says, "Sorry, Ken, I was uncomfortable." Laserbolt, you know I love you. You can barb me all you want. I've heard enough YouTube slander in my life that I don't care anymore. I enjoy the band. You and Jared, the TIE pilot. The Shaq attack on the tummy, says Brady. Yeah, it was a little tummy, but I don't think I recovered until today. I was so sugared. I was sugared out, and I was supposed to get more work done yesterday. Get more work done in the morning. I couldn't focus, even with the ADHD pills. Couldn't get that going. And then Force Center was live today, as we always on Fridays, 2 to 3. And I don't know if anyone picked this up, if you were watching live, but at one point, separately, Joseph and I both fell asleep on the show. and I'm not lying.
I'm absolutely going back to check that.
There's one point where you did
the Trump, kind of thing. Huh? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, so afterwards I took a nap, and I turned on the AC. I'm trying to save money, as you all know. Times are tough for all of us. Turned on the AC, said screw it, and grabbed Franny, said let's take a nap. She curled up next to me. I passed the boop out for an hour. And I think I'm finally recovered from the Shaq candy.
Yeah. That's the thing. After a while, it takes 24 hours to recover from a sugar binge in that way. Hell, I feel that way after having a Slurpee, so I get it. It's just sometimes it's just too much, man.
Too much. Also, tonight, call in or put in chat kind of your favorite worst candies. We always have candy discussions on here, but I kind of like those Shaq candies. They shouldn't exist. I kind of like them. I kind of like those peach flavored ones a lot. I forgot to ask Jared about what the hell that you know the candy I'm talking about, Steve, that was like Boston beans, and it was like a little box of like red Boston beans, whatever the hell they are. You ever have those?
I found
okay,
these candy coated peanuts.
No,
Jared,
they were called Originals Boston Baked Beans.
There it is.
Candy coated peanuts, and they're gross.
Peanuts.
They're really gross, right? Okay, what Steve?
It was
find
the
photos.
coating.
Bring those up.
Yeah, it was the coating.
It was the.
They had
really...
some red coating on it to make them look like beans.
Yes, bright red. They were so bad. There we go. Steve's got
it.
Yeah,
Look
Boston
at that.
baked beans. Peanuts get dressed up. How is that? Okay, Laserbolt likes them. All right, Laserbolt. You need Laserbolt. You need to call in one of these days and explain why. There's no wrong answer. There's no wrong answer because I want people to share what they love, even though. But this is a great example because you look at that, you're like, ooh, a jelly bean? No.
Yeah, it was never.
It's like a sour peanut.
The bad candy I liked, you can't even get anymore because God forbid kids have fun candies.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the candy cigarettes?
Oh,
I love candy cigarettes.
Oh yeah,
right. Those were awesome.
Yeah.
I absolutely had those in my. I think I've told the story before, but my dad yanked them out of my hand because I pulled one out. I tapped the box, I put it in my mouth, and I pretended to light it because that's what I saw Grandma do. My dad was like, "Give me that, give me those right now."
They make all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, kind of right. So the Boston baked beans are kind of non-chocolate M&Ms. Yeah, you'd think, right? Like I'm okay. I'm on board for that. As Adam Knight says, that looks awful. Laserbolt, I want to know why you love them. I do. I mean, floor's yours. I'll concede. I want to know why. Adam also says I might be alone in liking U2's Discotheque album the best. Now I love Pop. Pop's a great album. If God Will Send His Angels, one of my favorite U2 songs. Thanks, Jared, for they not only explaining it, but being as a Bostonian, not just being a homer for everything that comes out of there.
Oh no! We make some stupid shit. We like to call ourselves out on it, and this is one of the stupid shits.
Boston baked beans. I want to know the history on that.
The only beans I need to hear about is the bean pot tournament we have every year for our.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. What?
Boston baked beans are a fraud developed by Salvatore Ferrera himself in Chicago in 1924. It's all a lie.
Okay. Now, Laserbolt says Boston baked beans is an old candy that's been around forever. We got to find out the history of that. What year? 1954?
What the hell was it? 1924.
1924.
When they were the Ferrera Pan Candy Company.
So we just celebrated the 103rd anniversary of Boston baked beans. I need to know the story. I need to know why that guy. Is this a case of he makes this thing and he's like, I bet they'd like this shit in Boston, and he like attributes it. Let's just call it Boston because if you call it Chicago boiled beans, it wouldn't work. Boston baked beans.
Salvatore Ferrera. So I'm assuming.
There's a lot
he is of Italian descent, so that's up.
And Vermont Mike points out the Boston Lager was actually developed in Cincinnati. What's going on out there in Boston, Jared? Are you guys just all stolen valor? Is this stolen valor?
Oh yeah, the main brewery for Sam Adams beer is in Pennsylvania. We have the brewery up here in Boston that they only supply beer for the bar across the street because it was the first bar to ever sell Boston, Sam Adams.
Sam
beer.
Adams,
yeah, but no. Oh yeah,
it is. You guys you're stolen.
Actually, you want good Boston beer? Yeah. There's a brewery called Night Shift. That is good Boston beer.
On the Night Shift. Okay. No, it's Night Moves. Okay, I love that. We're gonna find out a little bit more of these Boston baked beans. Thank you, Jared, for clarifying.
Of course,
I'm on it.
All right. There we go. Call into the show tonight and defend your favorite worst candy. I think that's something we got to do. Jared the Tide Pilot also did a nice super chat saying, pumped to get everyone's ass in fantasy football. How are we looking on that, Steve?
Fantasy football?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was reading about baked beans. We're doing good. Discord is the place to go to officially sign up. That is the one stipulation to be in the Fantasy Football League is you got to get in the Discord, which is being a member of Ken's Patreon. But then once you're in the Discord, there's a fantasy football section. There is a pinned poll in which you can sign up. If you were in the league last year, you can indicate. If you're new this year, you can indicate. We will have 2 12-team leagues right now is the plan. Okay. If we get a bunch more people and we have to add another one, we will. But right now the plan is to do 2 12-team leagues, and I'm trying to even set something up where maybe we can do something fun at the end of the season, have like the champion from each league, play each other in a Blather Bowl, like an unofficial Blather Bowl, something like that. That might be cool.
I'm confirming right now because you forcing me to play.
Yes, you're forced to play.
All right. put me in wherever I fit. I'll be old league,
I got
new
you.
league, doesn't matter. I'm going to draft better this year.
Got it all.
I'm going to draft better because I drafted in my hotel room in Las Vegas and then on my phone walking with Mark Ellis to meet Randall Cunningham and Jay Schrader and Rich Gannon, right? And Ed Too Tall Jones, who is absolutely too tall. So I was not drafting in my right mind. I took a defense like 4th round, right? Eagles.
Yeah, it wasn't good. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't the best draft.
Well, I'm watching Netflix's quarterback series, you know, as always, which I think it's good. I think it's good. It exposed. I just got to be kinder to the football wives. I really don't like Kirk Cousins' wife, and she's not featured this year, nor he. I just still have my defenses are up because of them.
Who are the quarterbacks this year?
Baker Mayfield, Cam Ward, Joe Flacco, which has been interesting, and Jaden Daniels. And so I was watching the episode. They have the episode where Jaden gets hurt, and I was flashing back to my fantasy football draft going, number 1, I can't believe it's still on the board. You guys are suckers. I got Jaden Daniels. And you're all like, no one drafts quarterbacks anymore. What are you doing? Fantasy football's changed.
Yeah, it took you a little while to get that first one of the season, but you had a better last quarter of the season than the first 3 quarters of the season. So it's, you were trending upwards. But yeah, we'll try to stream the draft again, depending on timing and all that on the gaming channel. If all the timing works out, because we had a lot of fun. We had a bunch of the people who were in the league call in, and we did a good amount of wrestling shit talking and everything. So it was a good time.
There we go. Speaking of favorite worst candies, Vermont Mike's submits Whoppers. Just had some last night. I love Whoppers.
Old people candy. That's old people candy.
Really?
Yeah, Whoppers are absolutely old people candy. Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Defend that stance, because I love Whoppers,
okay,
but I am old.
If you say I just had some Whoppers, then I'm assuming that you probably saw The Godfather in the movie theater in its original run. I'm assuming you remember the first Iran oil crisis and all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gas on
Whoppers,
Tuesdays.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. The Denny's senior meal, all that. I'm jealous. Don't get me wrong.
Kinder Buenos is as well.
I think Crunch is another old person candy. Nestle Crunch.
Like the not Nestle Crunch, but the little Crunch.
The Crunch Bar.
Crunch Bar.
The Crunch bar. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Red, white, and blue bar.
Yeah. Oh, I love the Nestle Crunch Bar. Let me ask this question here. Have there been, what are the newest classic candies? Has there been any? You know what I mean? Like we're talking about Boston baked beans in 1924. We all kind of grew up with these candies. Is there something new? Has there what's the newest hot candy?
That's a good question. I think it's a cop out to say like variations of existing ones, like the almond Snickers is like, used to be like a special thing, but it's around all the time now. I think that's kind of a cop out, so I'm not going to go there. Man, I think if I can't think of anything that's super recent. I would maybe say like Airheads or like Warheads. Like remember those? I think Warheads came about in the 90s. I mean, THC gummies. That's actually a pretty good call.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
I feel like Jolly Ranchers have been around longer than you think, but Jolly Ranchers is a good call. I don't know how long. I'll look up Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah, look up Jolly Ranchers.
I'm going to go Warheads because I think those came about in the 90s. They had a huge pop culture impact right when they showed up. It was a whole thing. Hillary Clinton was telling us don't eat too many of them or you'll blow up. Like all, they're banning them at school. All that kind of stuff. Yeah,
but nerds clusters physics about each other. That was an 80s thing. And look, the answer might be something in the 80s. I'm just because same with classic cereals, right? Like we might have cereal that are abominations. Like we're trying new,
right. Yeah.
Putting combinations of foods at brands. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you know what I mean. But we haven't had like the Honey Smacks, the Golden Grahams, all the Cookie Crisp, like all that was already in place when I came into the world.
Reese's Puffs came into existence, I think, in the 90s or early 2000s. Candy. I think that's your most recent classic cereal is Reese's Puffs. But the Warhead was invented in 1975, but did not reach our shores until 1993. It was invented in Taiwan.
And by the way,
Warheads ended up here in 93.
This is absolutely an United States centric conversation, which is what I'm talking. I mean, I don't have an experience living in Japan. I don't have I'm sure in England they have some, something horrible. Or Josh McCougan, I love those Bamsamums from our listener over in was it Sweden? Is that where you get those? Oh, those are so good.
What's that?
The little chocolate teddy bear things on the afternoon with Josh and Ken. We'd keep getting the candy shipped to us, the Bamsamums. Yeah, they were so good. Oh man. Vermont Mike brings up C3PO cereal, which was great. Rice Krispie Treats cereal too. Yeah. Adam recommends Pocky from Japan. I've had the Pocky. Yeah.
Wow, the Wikipedia page for Bamsumums is not long.
Oh, there they are. There's some Bamsumums. They were so good.
That is a short Wikipedia page.
Oh yeah.
Look at that little guy. He's cute.
Look at that. Look at that thing. Oh, they were the best.
He's got a little belly on him.
They were the best. Josh and I have talked. Josh is really busy with his work. We've talked about firing up the mics for once every 6 weeks in afternoons with Josh and Ken and Amanda and Rosie. We've talked about it. It's hard. He's traveling a lot. But I'd love to do it, and then we could get some more Bamsumums sent to us. I think it's possible. High Chews and Laffy Taffy. I love this. I love the candies that are forgotten.
Laffy Taffy. I haven't had Laffy Taffy.
Brady says High Chews broke out in the U.S. thanks to K-pop. I don't doubt it.
I had a push pop for the first time in like 20 years the other day.
Oh, I have not had a push pop. Yeah. When was the last? Probably early 90s?
Yeah.
No, you know what? I bet I actually kind of remember this. I think my old friend Joel and I, we got some push pops as nostalgia in our college years in the mid-90s. Yeah.
The push pop still cuts your tongue at the end because no matter what you do, like it as you file it down, it becomes like a little push pop icicle that is like a sharp little point. And I still, as a 35-year-old man, still ended up to like stab myself with it at some point. So
all right, so Jared has submitted 13 retired candies we're nostalgic for. This is from Tasting Table, an article by Katie Mock from September 2025. So I want to see if these resonate with you, Steve, or the audience. First up, Shockers. Do you enjoy Shockers?
I remember Shockers. These things are like Sprees, but they're not. That's what I remember them as, is just being
right.
Yeah, not Sprees. So yeah, yes. I remember Shockers. Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Abernathy says, "What the fuck are all candy scientists doing? It's crazy that we can't think of anything creative past the 90s." Exactly. That's kind of that's the struggle here. All right, Butterfinger BBs.
I remember these. I remember specifically because of Bart. All the Simpsons things. But again, that was very. I never got Butterfinger BBs unless it was in my pillowcase at Halloween.
Well, oh, okay.
The only time I ever saw those.
Not the ones you slept on, just the one there. Okay.
No.
You check chat too if anyone's saying. I'm looking at the screen here. Magic Ball and then Wonder Ball, the Nestle Magic Ball. I don't remember that at all.
Oh yeah, it's got the Hercules.
Yes. You're spot on.
Branding on there. That's great. Yeah, no, I've pulled the thing up on the. I'm sharing. The
okay.
Gotcha. Wonder Ball. Yeah, I remember. Were these the ones that was like the chocolate ball and it would like melt? You could like put it in something and it would like melt, and then there was something in it.
And it was
inside. Yeah.
Discontinued in 1997 due to just choking hazard concerns. I love that. Kinder Bueno had that too. You couldn't order some of the Kinder Buenos to get them here in America. It was like illegal. When I was doing this for Screen Junkies for a show we were producing, I couldn't order some of them. It was crazy.
I do wish in 2026 again I could buy candy that had James Wood character on it though. That's too bad.
That's too bad. Soda-licious from Betty Crocker. Soda Pop Fruit Snacks. Oh, this is right.
I have
I
have no idea what this is.
I down an entire box of that on air for Super Chats. I do that. Yeah.
6 pouches of. Okay, so are these like fruit snacks? So these are just like they're gummy size, is what I'm guessing, right? Those were.
Yeah. Okay. Lauren Romo's here. Good to have you here. Dweeb candies, which is, are they competitors of Nerds? Yes, they are. As a companion to Nerds. Okay.
I don't know. I like to think that they're the. Okay, Dweebs are introduced as a companion to Nerds. What the hell? What does that even mean?
Why is there a companion?
They were slightly larger and softer. Came in different flavors.
Okay.
One other difference was the packaging. 2 compartments each. Different Dweebs had flavors in each package.
This is almost like Nerds Plus. Like
Nerds, which remained very popular. Dweebs only survived a few years. So it sounds like high school.
Yeah. I remember this one. PB Max launched in 1989. Oh, right when I was in junior high. I absolutely remember PB Max. This is probably to compete with Reese's, right? Which is my favorite candy overall. So, It was good.
That logo that logo says 79, not 89, but
you're absolutely,
maybe that's why they didn't last very long.
That logo looks like it belongs in Laserbolt's El Camino. It really does.
On a wood panel.
It really does.
A wood paneled wall.
String thing.
I
don't remember string thing.
No, Betty Crocker again. This is why Betty Crocker's not in the candy game. Stick to cakes, Betty. No. Yeah, I don't remember. This seems like just a shittier version of a fruit roll up or like a fruit by the foot. You know what I mean?
Do you like fruit roll? What's your opinion on fruit roll ups?
I'm a sucker for a fruit roll up, whether it's a fruit roll up or a fruit by the foot. Yeah, if the fruit roll up is the one, I always get them confused. The fruit by the foot is the one that's like the measuring tape,
right?
And the fruit roll up is the one that's just like the sheet.
It's like you
the
could
one
wrap
that's the
a
sheet. I would just turn it into a ball and just devour it.
You're right.
Like an animal.
That's what I would do. I'd put the whole thing in my mouth. Giggity. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. Next up, we got tongue splashers. Wow,
there's
dirty.
no way my parents would have bought me something that looks like this.
Dirty.
No chance.
Was it a paint can?
It looks like a paint can.
Lauren Ramos says Betty Crocker catching strays from Steve. Yeah. Enjoy your Detroit Lions 8 and 10 season. 8.
Jeez, that one called for. Ability to dye your tongue bright colors, and that's exactly why my parents hated shit that did that. They hated if I had a blue tongue or a green tongue or something like that. They hated that stuff.
Okay, then we got bonkers.
Okay, what is that? That looks like Temu Starburst. What are we doing? What's a bonker?
I think that's kind of the answer. I think that's what it is. Yes.
Chewy, tangy outside layer, softer, sweeter, juicier center. Hot take. Not a big fan of the juicy center in a candy. You know what I mean? I think the closest thing I'll do is like a gusher. Yeah. I don't like a lot of liquid on the inside of my candy. That's a weird texture change.
I understand. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong there. Vermont Mike says, let's face it, the most if not all modern candy is really repackaged versions of Gen X or older candy. I don't. So far, he's not wrong. Everything on this list is a variation or a competition too.
Right.
There you go.
Right. Starburst hard candy. I remember these.
I don't remember those.
I remember these.
Not a Starburst fan. I think really I am. Think I am until I have them.
Oh, I like Starbursts. Not these though. Orange Starburst, red and orange Starburst are one of those things where it's like if I have more than 2 of them, I'll just keep eating them.
Right.
So I need to make sure it's a good thing that the little mini packages only come in 2s, so that you can't.
Gushers was the gum that had juice in the middle. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I do not remember these ones at all. Lifesaver holes. That sounds dirty.
I don't remember really these either.
Bad.
This seems like
sounds horrible.
Like they were trying to go after Tic Tacs, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know about.
I didn't realize the candy business was so cutthroat.
Yeah, Bubble Beeper.
I remember Bubble Beepers. I remember these.
What are Bubble?
I remember these. It was just gum. It was literally just gum that had this was the Taco Bell hot sauce packets before. It just had like little phrases on the gum. That's really all there was to it. Okay. Terrible gum, but I remember the boxes were cool. Again, that was another staple at Halloween time.
Okay, I don't touch those. And Reese's Peanut Butter Bites. I would love that now. I don't know. I didn't get a lot of that.
So what's the difference between that and a Reese's Pieces?
Well,
Reese's Pieces? How do you say that? What is where do you fall on that?
Reese's. Yeah, it's Reese's. It's Reese's.
So you call it a Reese's Pieces?
Reese's Pieces, yeah.
See, I'm a Reese's Piece.
But it's not accurate to the name. It's a name. It's
I say GIF too. I don't care.
I'm with you on that. I don't care what the creator says. It's GIF. GIF is that's incorrect.
But that's a peanut butter. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That was the number one.
Good list, Jared. Oh man. Lauren Ramos says worst gum, zebra stripes. Yeah. Okay. We got it. What were Gushers?
Gushers was the little. They came in a little bag. They were like here. I got them right here. Right, they came in a little bag. They were
doing that. Yeah. While you're doing that, we're gonna take a call from Brady.
Okay.
There we are. There they are.
They were like fruit snacks, but they had liquid in the middle, and they were just like pure sugar. They weren't even trying to be fruity. They were just all artificial taste.
Love that. Love that. Brady, what you got?
Hi.
Hello. How are you, sir?
So to add on to the candy conversation, when did gummies become like really big? Because that's what the kids are into nowadays. They love the gummies.
Yeah, because they bleed in them, Brady. That's why the kids love gummies nowadays, because they're drugged.
I mean, the little kids.
The adult kids too. Look, That's a good question. You know, when Lifesavers put out a gummy version, might have been the start of that, but I couldn't take it. It's a guess.
Oh yeah, like guess. The little were they called Lifesavers because they looked like the rings that you threw out like on a ship?
I've always assumed that. Maybe someone in chat can fill us in on more details on that.
That kind of just clicked in my head. I don't know. That might be like a moment like seeing the arrow in the FedEx logo for the first time. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I'm just now realizing maybe that's why they're called Lifesavers.
Vermont Mike says gummies were big when I was a kid, the worm version. So Mike and I are the same generation. Yeah, he's right. The gummy worms. I don't know, Brady. There could be the rise of gummy worms and all that, gummy bears. I'd love to know when those were introduced to the market. And I don't know if why there's a renewed popularity. It also could be because there's a lot of candy stores now, right? You know, you go into like Rocket Fizz or places like that, and you can get your own scoops of candy. And I think the gummy stuff is popular in there too. 50 says Laserbolt for the gummy stuff. So it's been around.
Fronts. How are candy stores doing that well post COVID? They're selling something in the back.
That's a good question. See, okay, Ingevia says, where does comment just go? Okay, so he gets his antacid in gummy form. That might be tied to it too. Where I know you're talking about kids, Brady, but I think when medicine started to be shipped out in gummy form for like the big baby adults like myself, because that's what I have. I'm looking at my antacids and stuff. They're gummies. That might have been it when it just gummies took over all generations in that way. I don't know. I'm just talking out of my ass.
Were you a Flintstone vitamin kid? Was that a thing back then, Ken?
Yes, I had Flintstone vitamins. Yes, I did.
On a wheel in the dirt in the front yard for fun. Yeah, you guys had Flintstone gummies.
Yeah. Brady, Flintstone gummies? You?
Oh, yeah. You know, I didn't even know it was a cartoon. I thought it was just the logo for the gummies.
That's the gummy guy.
Hey, why do my vitamins have a TV show? That's great. Dog Fan Jib says Mike and Ike's are the bomb. Mike and Ike's. And that's a good example of a favorite worst candy. Vermont Mike says Lifesaver holes save lives to prevent choking. We need to know the history of this.
All right, I'm on it. But Mike and Ike's definitely old people candy. That's right up there with Whoppers. Yeah. Sorry.
Juji fruit seems like a candy that's borderline problematic in its name, and
I was a little worried about that.
Yeah, it was in another generation where they just didn't see it. I love that. Brady, you have obviously a little bit of a different perspective on upbringings. Yeah. From your Chinese origins. What kind of candies we got?
Well, the top one that comes to my mind is this candy called White Rabbit.
Wow,
it is. I think it's still druggy. The most. It sounds like a drug, but no. Well, I mean, you can eat them by the handful. They're really addictive. Sugar, am I right? But yeah, they're like a milk candy. They're a little vanilla-y. It's very mellow, very sweet.
White Rabbit candy. I'm on it. Comes up in a search. Yeah, bring up a picture. Wait, what? White candy, iconic milk-flavored chewy treat produced in China beginning in 1943. Oh, I think I've had a version of these.
Yeah, they sell a ice cream at Wanderlust now.
It looks like
yes. Okay, I love that. I'm ready. I'd like that. Brady, do you have any of that at your parents' house right
now? I could grab some. You know, speaking of like old people candies, my dad loves this candy. He has like an entire jar. He just goes through them.
Abernathy says White Rabbit is also a strain of weed. So yeah, be careful when you ask for that, Brady.
Okay.
Careful when you ask for that. See, I would love to know that. Again, I know we're having a very Western culture centric conversation. That's what my viewpoint is on candy. I'd love to experience it elsewhere, but this is, I think I'd be. The ice cream version of this is even more exciting to me.
Yeah,
the ice cream. Yeah,
a Wanderlust. I actually found that out recently.
Boom.
Yeah. Oh man, that does look yummy.
Look at that, right? Look at that. That's got to taste so good. A white, creamy, milk-flavored ice cream, which seems to be redundant. I know, but.
And one of my favorite trivia things about this is that if you look at the design, it's like a black, red, and white coloring, and that's because the logo character. Speaking of like Flintstones, their logo character used to be Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse.
And then and then when the company was nationalized, they did not want a foreign a foreign icon, like an American icon specifically. So they changed it to a white rabbit, but that's why the color scheme is the way it is.
Candy gets political. Next on the Blathering Live. Brady, that's great. I appreciate this. What candy are you gonna have this weekend?
Oh, one thing I love coffee. So there's another candy. It's a coffee candy called Kopiko with a K. I think it's a Korean candy. It's like a coffee hard candy.
Okay.
That's another one.
And I have an update on the Lifesaver story. Okay. They're the candy mint with the hole. This might be the greatest marketing slogan of all time. Wow. Your eye remembers the hole, the tongue, the taste. That is, dude, they just did ad copy better back then. They simply did. That's some Don Draper stuff.
That is brilliant. So what's the short version of the whole story then?
So the short version of the whole story is they have a hole in them to prevent the candy from sticking to the top of your mouth and to prevent choking hazards. They figured because it has a hole in it, it breaks apart easier, and therefore you won't choke on it, and it won't get stuck to the top of your mouth. And they went with Lifesaver because, as you see in the picture, it looks like a Lifesaver ring. So they are related.
It's all related. It all comes together. That is I
don't know why we have a child fireman who's also a lifeguard, but that's, because that's weird.
Your eye remembers. What is it? What is it?
Your eye remembers the hole, the tongue, the taste.
Your eye remembers the hole, the tongue, the taste. I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that tonight.
There's just hole is used. The hole is on this page way too many times.
There's a lot of
it's
holes.
Just
a lot of holes.
A lot of holes.
Lauren Romo has laid down the gauntlet. We got about 8 more minutes left of the show. Mandalorian Jedi's called in. Brady, thanks for calling in, buddy.
All right, thank you.
We'll get Mandalorian Jedi on here in a second. The question Lauren Romo puts out there. Look, Romo hasn't shown up here in a bit. She's busy playing Fortnite, collecting sprites, and winning 3 matches in a row with Tiller and Ranger Donald. Who has the best candy? USA, or United Kingdom? Discuss. This is a great question. We obviously have. You'd think we have the advantage, but the way we treat sugar and put sugar in, like, you might be talking about 2 different things: apples and oranges. Also, she says milk duds are underrated.
Let's think of the top UK. When I think of UK candy, the first thing that comes to my mind is like a Cadbury egg, right?
But is that UK based? Sounds like it should be.
Isn't Cadbury in England?
Yeah, I think that's American candy. Abernathy's right. Does the UK even have candy? See, exactly. That's what I'm worried about. Like, have your gravel
Adventures of a Carry-On.com. Oh, I love old school travel blogs. Yeah, these are the top candies in the UK, and it says Cadbury Dairy Milk Bar.
Brady says, I heard Brits think our chocolate tastes like vomit. Yeah, because UK has better chocolate. As a lot of people think that because of the way it's just a different environment. I've been around, Aussies that come here and try, what you should all. There's a video somewhere, or maybe it was on a podcast where I had Maud Garrett try Peeps for the first time, and I think she almost went to the ER. It was just so disgusting to her, just like, so what's wrong with you, Yanks? Kind of environment there. So yeah. I could see that. Let's bring in Mandalorian Jedi while you're looking up any histories of candy here. Mandalorian Jedi, thanks for calling in. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
We're great. We're talking about my favorite thing, candy.
I have a gross candy that probably nobody but me likes. Do you remember circus peanuts?
Like the peanut brand, like Circus Peanuts? Yes.
The little orange ones that you get like at the dollar store?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love those.
So do I.
I love those.
Very many of them at once, but I love them.
Yeah, I don't even know what those are. It's kind of a It's like a hard marshmallow.
Yeah, exactly.
Love those.
I don't know if a lot of people like cinnamon candies, but cinnamon bears, hot tamales, atomic fireballs are my favorite.
Really? Yeah, cinnamon. It's fine. Everything's fine. But then once you start making the fire stuff, the hot tamales and everything, I'm out. I don't mind that on my burrito. I can't have that on my candy.
I think we need to do a candy bracket.
Absolutely.
Put it on the list.
Yeah. I've been waiting. I was going to, Steve's been working hard on his government job. So I wasn't going to bother it. But I'd like to do another mini blather bracket. Maybe do 8 top candies or something. Top weird candies.
I agree. And you guys asked me to look for like a call and response, like when we say class, and the kids say yes.
Yeah.
I think we need something that goes along with blather, and then everybody in the chat has to respond with something.
Quack, blather. Yes.
Now we're getting culty. That's only going to increase the cult allegations, Mando.
Absolutely. Great answer with the circus peanuts. I totally love those. I love those.
Right.
Yeah, thank you, Mandalorian Jedi. Well, wait, hold on. You're tapped into the teaching world, right?
Yes, I teach kindergarten.
So that's a little too young. I was like 2nd grade. You could probably get a feel for what kind of candy's popular with the kids, right?
Oh yeah. At my school, I teach in a Title I school in a town that's primarily Latin kids, and they really like the Spanish candy, like the ones that have the chili on the outside.
Yeah. My white tongue can't. I remember with my eyes. Remember the tongue, the taste of that. Mandalorian Jedi, I appreciate you calling in.
Have fun on your date, and please tell Taffeta that I think she is just lovely.
I will. I absolutely will. We're gonna have some root beer, some Dr. Pepper floats tonight. That's my dessert tonight.
That sounds delicious.
All right, everybody, we're almost out of here. A couple more minutes left in the show. I didn't mean to talk entirely about candy tonight, Steve, but I think we all needed that on the Friday. Mitch McConnell still alive or dead. We don't know yet. We don't know.
Kicking.
You kick it around. Trump's wig still dominating, even though he's left it. He one day with the wig. I want there to be some official presidential photography of the wig getting put on, like for the history books. Like, can we get that? Can we get that?
Or just like an aid to just leak like the brand of like glue that they use to keep it on or something like that.
But
I did learn why our chocolate tastes worse than the Brits, or at least according to them. And it all has to do with capitalism, Ken. Go figure. So we use a process in the United States called lipolysis, something like that, to stabilize milk for long shelf lives. And what that does is it creates butyric acid, Ken, in the chocolate, which is also found in vomit. So that is why the Brits believe our chocolate tastes like vomit.
So they're not exactly
wrong.
Right. They're not wrong. It's wow. Oh, that's fascinating.
And so to compensate for that, we just put a shit ton more sugar in our chocolate than we have cocoa. And in UK and the rest of Europe, their chocolate products have more cocoa than sugar.
Oh, see, we learned something today. Vermont Mike asked, what about Heath bars? I do like Heath bars, but they're filling killers indeed. Absolutely.
That's another
$100,000. I like $100,000 as well. Whatchamacallit? We talked about whatchamacallit's the underrated candy, I think, out there. I love this. We've talked about candy before. We will not stop talking about it. We'll talk about it again. We'll do that blather bracket. As Jared said, fun stream tonight. I'm off tomorrow. We'll see y'all next week. We'll know if Mitch McConnell is alive or dead. Steve will absolutely know. Steve, I know you've been working hard. Any blather gaming stuff soon coming up? Can we tease that? What do we got?
I mean, I'd love to. Hopefully soon. I'm a busy guy. And I get burned out by the end of the day on a lot of these things. So I've been trying to find the time for it. We might try to do something post House of the Dragon or maybe something tomorrow night. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. But don't pressure the man. But go over to sub to Blathering Gaming, our secondary YouTube channel there, and help it continue to grow. Don't forget to check out the new Casterly Talk Force Center. We answered some questions on Casterly Talk today that were great. Can Aegon II be redeemed? Check that out there. We'll see you all next time. Bye.